Hi, everybody. Miss Fennell back with you on Friday. We hope you have had a great week of distance learning. We had 2 assignments this week about types of reproduction. So hopefully you got a chance to get both of those done. So announcement number 1 is that we're going to take a little pause here. We are going to have a quiz over those first 3 distance learning topics next week, Wednesday. And the big thing that kind of makes it a quiz is you won't have the chance to do redos. So Monday and Tuesday, we're going to do some review and some studying of mitosis and planarian worms and types of reproduction, and then you'll have your quiz on Wednesday next week. The big thing is before you take the quiz, we need to make sure everybody has done all the assignments first. So if you're missing any assignments, we want you to use Friday and the weekend to get that caught up. So hopefully you do the assignments, because if you try to take the quiz and you didn't do the assignments, that's not going to be too good. Also, we'd like you to use this opportunity Friday and into next week if you wanted to redo any assignments. If your scores aren't very good, please go back and redo them. And also that'll help prepare you for the quiz on Wednesday next week. All right. So thing number 1 is make sure you're all caught up and do any redos you want to do. All right. So that's announcement for number 1 for today. Number 2, I have a little thing we're going to try to, I kind of would like to do this every Friday, called Fun Science Friday, kind of some cornstarch. For Fun Science Friday this week, this is an activity that we would usually do in class. Since we're not in class right now, I'm going to give you directions to do it at home. Number 1 rule of this is ask your parents' permission first. And if you make a mess, please clean it up. We don't want any parent phone calls about my child made a mess. All right. So this is super easy stuff. This stuff is called oobleck, as you can see all around here. You can, naturally, it's just white. If you want to add food coloring, you can, but be careful because food coloring stains. I've made this for years and we just leave it. We don't add food coloring because it kind of makes a mess. But what you need for this is pretty simple. You need cornstarch. And it has to be cornstarch. It can't be flour. It can't be, anything, any other white powder. Baking soda won't work. It has to be cornstarch. Thing about the cornstarch is this: if you zoomed in on these molecules, they are long chains of carbon. And that makes them behave differently when you mix them with water. It doesn't really dissolve in water. It basically just gets suspended in water. So my directions for making this is, if you can get this. Now in normal times, this is like 79 cents in the grocery store. Super cheap and easy. Grocery store runs might be a little hard right now. So if you have some at home, make sure you ask before you use it. You want to be using something your folks need. And then also, just clean up your messes. So it's really simple. You just need equal parts cornstarch and water. So if you did this whole can of cornstarch, that would make a lot of oobleck. You'd use the whole can of water to add to it too. And usually I err on the side of adding a little too, not quite enough water. So that way, if you dilute it, it's okay. But equal parts. If you use a cup of cornstarch, use a cup of water. Maybe you want to start small, a tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of water, and mix it up. It will be thick. I have broken wooden spoons stirring this stuff before. In the document for today, I posted a link to a video on how to make oobleck. And so you can kind of see what consistency. This is really cool stuff when you make it. You can roll a ball of it in your hand, and then you hold it in your hand and it melts. It has properties of both solids and liquids. If you put it in a little dish and you cut it with a butter knife, the cut will be there for a second or two, and then it reforms and kind of goes back together again. And you touch it, it feels like it's solid, but then stuff can sink into it and it feels more like a liquid. So for Fun Science Friday, your activity for today is, if you have some cornstarch in your house, make yourself some oobleck, have some fun. This might be a great thing to do outside so you don't make a horrible mess in your mom's kitchen, your dad's kitchen, whose ever kitchen, because everybody's getting, testy with each other. So this is not extra credit. This is just for fun. If you want to do oobleck, that's just for fun. Second thing today is extra credit. So I have this document here called Fun Science Friday and Extra Credit Opportunities that I'm attaching. There's the link to one video. There's lots of videos on the internet for how to make oobleck. So try that. Have some fun science on Friday today. Then we have a list of all of the extra credit opportunities you can do. Now, the first rule of extra credit is you have to have all your other assignments in first. So you can get up to 10 points of extra credit depending on the quality of it. So this assignment you'll see is worth 10 points. It's due Wednesday, which is the day we'll take the quiz. So the last day to turn in this particular round of extra credit would be Wednesday, and you can get up to 10 points if you have all your other work done first. So you have to have that work done, or I'm not giving you extra credit. First thing you can do for extra credit is nature observations. Some of you have sent these in last week, but I'm not. I don't know if we'll give extra credit for those. I think I got 4 or 5 really good recordings. Maybe I will. I'll contact those kids. First thing I wanted to play for you is a new frog. There are frogs out and about right now, and I've been hearing a new one in my pond. That one's called the spring peeper. So we have the chorus frogs that sound like running your fingers across the comb. We have the wood frogs that sound like ducks. I'm not hearing those as often right now. They usually are for a while. They don't go as long as the chorus frogs. And then we have these ones. Isn't that crazy? They're called spring peepers because they make a sound like a peeper. So if you are hearing those, you could make a recording, attach it to this assignment, and that would get you extra credit. Another bird I just started seeing this week are the goldfinches, and they're some of my favorite. So they're bright yellow. So if you see some bright yellow goldfinches, they are back. Bluebirds, I was out and about walking the other day. Oh no, where did my document go? Anyway, I saw some bluebird eggs in a nest, and they basically look like blue, like this. So one of the other extra credit things you could do, please don't go bother bird eggs or anything like that. But we have these bluebird tree boxes. We have these all over our backyard. So if you are a handy person, this is another thing you could do. If you have stuff, please ask for adult help. There's plans all over the internet. They're pretty simple. I've made them before just with a hammer and some nails and a couple screws, and got to cut the lumber. So please be careful. Nobody wants any emergency room visits right now. But this is just another idea. You can even make them out of like PVC pipe and just kind of some fun stuff. So if you wanted to research and build a birdhouse, I think that would be kind of fun if you have the materials around your house. I know not everybody does. But the fun thing is you look inside there and you get eggs, and we have bluebirds that nest in our backyard. I started looking around at, bird eggs and was doing some other stuff with this today. And I ran across a video and a YouTube channel I like called Leslie the Bird Nerd. So here's a second extra credit opportunity number 2. You could watch a few Leslie the Bird Nerd videos. This one happens to be why are robin eggs blue? So not only are bluebird eggs blue, but robin eggs are blue also. And I guess I never thought about it before. Why are they blue? Why not white or tan like most bird eggs are? And so she offers a couple explanations. She also has a couple really good videos more about chickadees, how chickadees survive the winter, top 10 cutest birds in North America. I like that. So if you wanted to watch any more, she just gives some really good information about lots of birds that are outside right now. And I think that would be fun. So you could watch some of these videos. You could take pictures of some birds in your yard. You could post that to this assignment. And that's another opportunity for extra credit. Another opportunity for extra credit is virtual field trips. And so this one was one of my favorite. There's a national park tour, and you come here and you can go to any one of 33 national parks. And this is definitely on my bucket list for real life. So I'm kind of like planning, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go when I can go somewhere again, right? So this links into Google Earth. And then I kind of went down a rabbit hole on Google Earth today, but Arches National Park in Utah is one of my favorites. And so you can go in there and explore different parts of that national park and see different sites and different pictures. And I just think that looks really cool. Then I started looking at other things, and I was looking at cherry blossom videos from throughout the world. So there's definitely a lot of things on Google Earth that you can see right now that are cool. So I have links again on the assignment sheet. You can also do virtual field trips to museums and zoos. That was this website, and you can go to the Louvre art. I will even give you science extra credit for talking about going to an art museum. I just think this is so cool. Some of these zoos have live webcams, and some of them are better than others. Some of them are kind of little kiddish. But there's just virtual things you can do. I think this one, the San Diego Zoo had webcam. The Smithsonian National Zoo had a really cute leopard or cheetah cam, just cheetah cam that you could do and look at. So your assignment there would be to take a field trip to one of those places, make a slideshow with the favorite thing that you saw, a picture of the favorite thing you saw on your field trip, and just write a paragraph telling what you learned from the field trip. Last but not least, final extra credit opportunity is to try a Science Buddies activity. And so I'm going to list tabs somewhere. I have too many tabs. I have too many tabs open. There's a page here. It's called Science Buddies. Since we didn't do science fair this year, they have a whole list of fun STEM activities, and most of them just have simple household materials. Now, I do notice a lot of these are very good, and I think they have stuff at home that you could do just a fun science activity with. I will warn you, the first one is, using candles, and please be careful. Don't be starting anything on fire or anything like that. But there are a lot of kind of good activities here. So if you wanted to try a couple of these just for fun, and then kind of post your results, take a picture of anything that you try and write a paragraph explaining it. Again, make a little slideshow and upload that. That would be an extra credit opportunity. So extra credit opportunities are listed here for this week. Again, up to 10 points, due by next Wednesday if you want to turn them in. Other than that, try Oobleck, have some fun for Fun Science Friday, and make sure all your work is done. And then we'll be doing review next week, Monday and Tuesday, and we'll have our first 3 topics quiz on Wednesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.